Joe.
How are you?
Is Derrick going to be able to start tonight?
Yes.
When did he get here?
4 o'clock. Yeah.
How is he?
He seemed pretty in good spirits.
So, like, having him, are you sending him film? Are you kind of keeping in contact with him during that little period he's away? Or you're just saying, get away and
Yeah.
take him?
I mean, I didn't really talk to him about much basketball. Just catching up with him, seeing how things were going, just staying in contact with him.
For Kristaps tonight against Joel, he had 5 fouls last game, fouled out of the Miami game. Just what are you seeing from him against, some of the bigs who are putting more pressure on the rim and kind of going at him?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're obviously trying to make that a point of emphasis, and I like the way he's challenging at the rim, and I think his timing will continue to get better, and I think he'll get used to kind of the way we play defense, where sometimes he's not on them and he's coming over into the weak side, and so just working on his timing and his weak side positioning.
Nick just said that he likes the timing, this kind of early test to see where you're at against obviously another really good team in the conference. How do you feel about these kind of early season matchups as a litmus test, see where your squad's at?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've had a few of those already. I think we'll continue to have them throughout the year, and so I like how we responded. I like how we've, the mindset and the approach that we brought into each game, and we'll probably have them the next 70 games, and so I think it's cool, it's fun.
I guess it's like just kind of preparing for this matchup. What has stood out to you about Tyrese, just his development, maybe from last year in the playoffs to now?
I mean, he's really good, and so obviously now that he's got the ball in his hands a lot more, he's really dynamic. The biggest thing he does is the way he scores after makes. We make a basket, he goes down in transition and scores, and so we just have to be highly, highly alert to him, all areas on the floor. And we got to guard him with all 5 people. It's not just one guy's job. And, I think he's grown tremendously. I enjoy watching him play. It'll be a good test for us tonight.
Sorry, Joe. That
Okay.
speed, how rare is that when you say he's already going up the floor, even after it makes? How rare is that?
I mean, there's a few teams in the league that do it. Indiana does it. Washington does it a little bit. They do it, both Maxey and Embiid. So it's just something that you can't relax. So, whether we make or miss, we got to sprint back, get 5 guys below the line of the basketball, be ready to guard as a team.
Joe, the play against Minnesota where Jason was at the rim, he threw it out where he thought Jalen was going to be at the 3-point line. He said it'll take kind of still more work for even those two to get to know each other. How long would that process take to where guys would know? And Jalen kind of alluded to kind of a newer offense and where guys are in different spots. How long would that take to get that familiarity that you had before?
We have different sets, different go-to sets that we have at the end of halves, end of games, and so the guys just learning those reads based on those, and then learning the after-action spacing. So it just comes with time. The more we run them, I think we ran the one play like 3-4 times and got really good looks out of that left corner, and then just didn't make the right read at that particular time. The intention was there, just didn't make it. So it just takes time. But the more we're in those situations, I think the better it will be for us to just continue to work on them.
With limited practice time, how do you get to those?
You can do them through, we went over a couple of those today and walked through. So I still think you can walk through the reads. I think the more we can just put our guys in 5-on-5, 5E coaches situations, doesn't have to be live for us to work on the coverage, work on the read. But our guys are just really working on coverage solutions, what the coverage is, what the right read is versus that coverage, and then how do we attack it. And so you see when we have some empty possessions, it's not necessarily trying to play ISO or what. It's usually we make the wrong read or we set the wrong screen versus the certain coverage. And so it starts at the beginning of the possession where we have to, make the right screen read based on how they're guarding us. And if we do that and we keep it 2-on-1 for most of the possession, then we usually get something really good out of it. And so just continuing to work on those.
Since you have a new point guard and new center, have you had to put more structure or just like play calls into the offense early on to kind of get everyone on the same page?
Somewhat. I think just having we have Derrick, he's a point guard, so I'd say Drew is a combo guard. They're both kind of one and the same, but I think it's more about playing with the post player that you could that you throw it down into and you can give him the ball, whether it's at the post or nail ISO or elbow ISO. So I think it's just factoring in that frequency and knowing that we can always get to that. It's not something that we've gone to in the past. Probably could have went to a little bit more of that last game, something we've done in a couple of the close games this year. So I think just learning that we have those post frequencies, we have those nail ISO frequencies, we have a couple different things that we can get to.
Keeping kind of post up in different spots than the guys you've had before? Does where he posts up on the floor change the way guys have to kind of cut off?
Yeah, I mean, if he's at the nail, you want a certain spacing. If he's at the elbow, you want a certain spacing. If he's at the block, you want a certain spacing. So, we're continuing to learn that about each other as well, where guys want the ball in each situation, what the spacing going to look like, and how quickly can we get there. So, our guys are really open-minded to, learning those things and working through. And once we can kind of create this little environment of where you just get to them quick and get to your spacing quick and make the right read, it'll be good.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.